Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 Creator Team here on the PS5 with Brabham Cadillac. It is the closing end of Season 4. Tonight, it's round 18. We are heading to the Marina Bay circuit for the Singapore Grand Prix. And it's our first race as the 2027 Constructors Champions. Back-to-back Constructors Championships. Fantastic news. We clinched that in the most bonkers Baku race I think I've ever had. And we are now just waiting to wrap up the driver's title, which is a little bit tighter. As you can see, Oscar and Kimi are the two lead drivers. Charles Leclerc is down in third place, just 33 points behind Kimi. Kimi is still in with a chance of winning the title, but it's looking very much as though it's going to be Oscar's year. He has a 91-point lead at this stage. So looks like Oscar is going to retain his Drivers' Championship unless something happens to him. He has a retirement, something along those lines. Maybe that'll bring the gap closer to the point where it could actually be a viable thing for Kimi. But we'll see. We'll see how things go over the next few races. We do still have 7 rounds to go, 3 of which are sprint races. So there's still a lot of points available. And as I say, yeah, a retirement could change things quite dramatically. Let's have a quick look at our inbox first of all. We have a bit of housekeeping to do before we get to race day. First off, we've got to fix up Oscar's car. The rear wing and side pods both failed at that Grand Prix, so let's go ahead and do that. Swap those out. New rear wing. Do I have a new side pod? I do, but that was supposed to be Kimi's side pod. I think. Oh no, wait. He's still on the older side pod. Kimi still has the new one. We don't have a second new one yet. Will we have one in time? Let's have a look. Side pods. Next one is done in 2 days. So yes, we will. We have a little bit of cash. We're going to add on an extra side pod so that we'll end up with 2 spares. There we go. I know why I didn't do that. There we go. We'll go back to just the 2 mooring the queue then, because we need to build the front wing. So, check the calendar. That's where the suspension is due to be complete. Oh, we've actually got plenty of time. No, wait, that's the suspension. That's the suspension. Even so, we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, and then a 9th day would be there. Yeah, we can go ahead and throw in that extra side pod to the queue, and then we can build the front wings in 18 days, and still have plenty of time to get those done. How you doing, Wayne? Good to see you. Hello to everyone else lurking in the chat as well. Let's go back to the inbox. Christian Mansell getting second place in the F2 race at Baku. It's good to see him starting to score some more points again. That's good. Move him up the order a little bit. No podium for Victor Martin. This is a little bit of a surprise. Let's take a look at the F2 standings. So Mansell now up into P4. Very nice. He is starting to make some progress this season. His 4th podium of the year. Has a sprint win as well. Very nice. Very nice. And 7 points clear of Zane Maloney now. Right, moving back to the inbox. Front wing design is ready to go into production, but we don't have the slot yet. We know about that. And that is the inbox taken care of. So we've got 2.3 mil. It's not enough to do anything, I don't think, that we aren't already doing. Yeah, everything is fine. Let's check with the board. They were happy with Baku. Only happy despite second and third. That is that's annoying. But they are becoming that needy. But as I say, we won't be here much longer. Maybe another boardroom upgrade will be required. I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see who's going to take over the team actually when we disappear. I wonder if it'd be the manager that we displace. So, guessing that'll be Fred Vasseur. All right, the level 3 weather center is done. Excellent. And just as well, because, oh, look at the weather. Look at the weather. It's going to be a downpour on Sunday. Woo! Okay. Just in time. That improved accuracy in our weather forecast. Just in time for a very wet race, potentially. Okay. Let's get ourselves prepped for the Grand Prix. We do have that second side pod now, don't we? Yes, we do. So we will install that on both cars like that. Let's double check everything else. We have one of the new chassis. Let's give that to Oscar. To Kimi. In the spirit of trying to keep this title fight between the two alive as long as we can. Both on the same underfloor. And again, we have one new suspension. We will once again give that to Kimi. There we go. And let's take a look at the difference now between the two cars. Oh, wow. That's made a big improvement, hasn't it? Look at our speed. We've gone from 19th to 6th, and we have the best acceleration on the grid now. Downforce has definitely improved as well. Tyre wear's improved significantly. Yeah, we found half a kilometre an hour in terms of top speed there. That's nice. That's very nice. Good gain on the high-speed downforce as well. About 3% in tyre wear. So Kimi definitely going to have the car advantage, but might be cancelled out by the weather. We will keep an eye on that. Let's set our targets for tonight then. So 8th for Oscar and 15th for Kimi, whose car is now ranked 3rd best on the grid. Interesting. Off we go to Singapore.
Our Formula One season continues here, in the Republic of Singapore. Singapore's Marina Bay is a floodlit extravaganza for the senses and a true test for F1 drivers. Cars are just inches away from the walls on this tight street circuit, and even at night, the air thrums with heat. It was Charles Leclerc who tasted victory in the last race, but he will surely be looking to find the recipe for success again and achieve another podium place. Let's see what the weekend has in store.
Evening, Dino. I am doing better, thank you. Thank you for asking as well, Wayne. Feeling much better today. Yeah, it's just a very unsettling period when I woke up. I'm not going to go into details, just it took a while to shake that one off. So after about an hour and a half, I was fine, but I wasn't in any real mood or state of mind to stream at the regular time, and I did think about jumping on an hour late, but I just figured a break, take a clean break tonight. So feeling much better today, although my foot hurts because I had a weird football dream this morning and kicked the wall again. I did that last year. Damn near broke my toe. Wasn't quite as bad this year. I've got a big pillow up against the wall for just such a situation. And I hit the pillow and then hit the wall after it bounced off the pillow. But yeah, much less of an impact than last time where I damn near crippled myself for a couple of weeks. Just a bit sore today. Let's have a look at setups and stuff for the car. We'll start by taking out all the older parts. Or putting in all the older parts, as I should say. And just need to do the gearbox. There we go. Okay, so we want quite heavy downforce for this circuit on the rear wing, and then front wing could be anywhere from 7 up to about 9 in that kind of window, but we're going to be wanting 15.5, I think, on the rear wing. It's normally 17 laps. We're going to run for 20 for the entire session, rather than 2 17-lap runs, and hope we'll do okay. Let's start off with a 7, a 15.5. I'm going to go a 9.1. Camber's usually very low on this track, and the toe's usually pretty high, so I'm going to go with that for this car. Yeah, we'll go with just the 20 laps. Go, and we'll go with a little bit more front wing on this one. We'll go with an 8.5, I think. Yeah, we'll go with a 15.5 on the rear wing. We'll go with an 8.2, so we'll pull that in just a little bit. Let's also go very low here, just take it up a touch, and this I'm going to max out the toe. So a slight difference on the toe and the camber against what we're doing with Kimi. And with that, I think we are ready. So let's send them out and see what the weather's going to do this session. It's going to be wet, then dry. Let's send out Kimi. Who's got a fair bit of car part knowledge to gain. Oscar has some.
And just a radio check. Radio check, yep, loud and clear.
Oscar, radio check.
Yep.
Radio check. Yeah, that's loud and clear.
So, car part knowledge down to 55%. Ooh, that is more substantial a drop than I was expecting. That will definitely force us to run a little bit longer than we would normally, or we have normally done this weekend, just to compensate for the drop in car part knowledge. Be an extra maybe 5 laps or so of running, perhaps, but track knowledge will be a little bit more important, as I say, as a result of the lowered car part knowledge, for Kimi in particular. Given that he is giving up, let's see, 33%. That will equate to about an 8.5% loss in overall driver prep. About 8.5, somewhere in that kind of window.
Just give us a balance check.
91% is a good starting point.
That, yeah, understood.
And 90% for Oscar. So both just a little bit of work to do, but both very close to start. That's a good opening swing. Let's let them complete the run. Victor Martin, having had a disappointing Baku, is running for Williams in FP1 here. Wonder how many more runs he'll get in that Williams before he retires at the end of this year. Evening, Adrian.
Rain in pit lane has stopped.
Yeah, copy.
Okay, we're at 34% plus the setups.
Oscar suggests to box this lap.
So we're probably going to gain about 45% on top of that. That's not bad. I'm going to keep Kimi out until he runs out of fuel. But Oscar can come in this lap. Let's see what changes we need to make. Everything's just a little bit off, but not too much. I get the feeling I might need to change the roll bar. Let's try that.
Feedback on track. DRS enabled.
Those extra few laps will have helped Kimi. Okay, so the roll bar definitely needs to change on this one then. So let's go to an 8.2. Take that back that way. Let me give that a try. We'll run that setup in the next session. Fault for Perez. We'll see him get a replacement engine part.
I'm running out of 1 minute.
His ERS has given up on him. He'll get a new one for FP2. Could be a lot of drivers with new parts in their car this weekend. New engine parts. Given the sheer number of retirements, what was it, 10 retirements that we had on Friday night. Most of which were barrier related, some were engine failures. We had 2 cars fail in the closing laps. We had a couple of other cars fail as well, I think. And some of those impacts in the barriers were front on, so would have done minimal damage to the engine, but others were side and rear impacts, which will have done some significant engine damage. So we could have a whole raft of powertrain replacements in cars this weekend. We'll check at the end of practice and have a look. Okay, we are looking at potential more weather again. I'm going to go with another 20 laps for Oscar. Actually, no, I'm going to go with just 18 laps for Oscar. I'm going to go with 25 laps for Kimi. Yeah, and he just needs that a little bit longer on track. Given that he's down about 6% so far.
Okay, Oscar, so the track will go green.
Going to get a little hiccup of rain in about 15 minutes. Should only last for a few laps.
There could be rain, 7 or 8 minutes.
Yeah, covered. A lot of people putting on rain jackets in the pit lane.
Copy.
Feedback on the car?
Ooh, nice changes, up to 97%. That's very close.
Yeah, roger that.
How about Oscar? Oh, actually gone backwards slightly, 87.
Understood.
Okay.
Copy.
We can fix that. And there will be a new logo tutorial going live tomorrow. I have been asked a few times now for a Renault logo. So I spent this afternoon putting that one together. It was fiddly. It's not flawless, unfortunately. I am a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to doing these logos. And I just couldn't quite make it flawless, but it's as close as I can get it. You have to really zoom in to see the tiny little niggles in it, but I'm very pleased with how it's turned out. And that will go live tomorrow. Got it all plotted and checked, and I just need to record that footage and get it uploaded, so that'll happen after the stream tonight. Ready for tomorrow. We should have left that as an 8.2, so we'll reset that. Oh, damn it. I just confirmed that change. Didn't mean to do that. And I can see where we need to go on that, and it is that way. That should do it. I should make a Racing Point one as well. Well, no, not really. I don't see the point in Racing Point. I mean, they weren't exactly an illustrious team, were they? In terms of a name, I don't even know what their logo looked like. If I'm honest, I can't remember what it looked like. And they're still on the grid. They just, they rebranded almost immediately to Aston Martin. So I need to Google that, actually. I need to Google that logo. Let me have a look. It was just the word racing and a double circle. Yeah, that's not exactly exciting. And I don't think anyone would really need a tutorial for that. It's just 3 rings, a red circle with a blue ring and a pink ring. And then a dark blue outline. Yeah, that's not exactly a complex one that needs a tutorial. Just the pink and blue RAF logo. Yeah, it is suspiciously like the old RAF logo. Yeah, that's not a complicated one to do at all. No custom lettering or anything in that. Okay, let's go into data view now that the drivers are back, and we can take a look at the state of their cars. So we can see Stroll has a penalty for a collision caused in Baku, I think, or it might be parts, might be a combination of both. Mori, I think, has a penalty for parts. Let's take a look then. So, new gearbox and ERS for the Ferrari Mori. Petit has a very dodgy looking gearbox. That's going to be causing some problems this weekend. Porsche is okay. Norris is okay, although the engine's a bit... Charles Leclerc has got a newish gearbox. I think that was new in the last race. Brand new engine, gearbox and ERS all in one go for Esteban Ocon this weekend. Ricardo, looking like he's had a recent ERS unit. That was probably in Baku. Same for Sainz, although his engine and gearbox are in not great shape. Engine in particular. New engine for Zhou. Gearbox might become a problem as the race progresses. Sargent, new ERS last weekend. Everything else is okay. Engine getting close to danger zones. Max, brand new engine this weekend. Gasly's engine in real trouble. Brand new gearbox. His gearbox packed in on him last week at Baku. Lawson is okay. Perez running a new gearbox and a new ERS. Stroll is okay, so that must be a position penalty that he's got then, 3 places. Sonoda, new engine. Iwasa, new engine last week. Valtteri, new ERS this weekend. Albon, that engine's not looking too clever for Alex, is it? Expect an engine failure for Alex at some point. Or engine issues anyway. Let's see, Van Dorn is okay. That's the whole grid. So not as many as I thought, but still a fair few new parts on cars. Let's get the final practice session out of the way. It's going to be dry for Saturday, so dry third practice, dry quali, 48%. So 18 laps will be more than enough, I think, to give us that little buffer we need. And we are at 47%, so we're close. We'll go with, again, 18 laps. That should be all we'll need for both.
Sessions should be starting now.
Evening, Army. I am doing all right, thank you. How are you?
How's the balance?
All right, so we have improved Oscar back up to 94%. Might just leave him at that. We'll see how the changes are looking. And we have hit 100 with Kimi, which is excellent news. Both drivers have cleared 50%, which is what they need to be just over 50%. Antonelli is fine now with that perfect setup. He will now be at 102 driver prep. But he's hit the threshold. He's fine. 94% setup satisfaction means we could have been at like 51, maybe 52% overall for Oscar. 54 gives us a nice little leeway in case we mess the changes up. We are back here again, aren't we? It's too much of a change there, I think. Let's just go with that. And we'll leave it at that. See what happens. That should be fine. Might get a little bit of improvement, may potentially see a slight drop, but shouldn't be enough to affect his overall level. And that's it for practice. So this race could be pretty chaotic as well. I don't think it'll be quite as dramatic as Baku was. but there's plenty of drivers who could make a mistake and go into the barrier, bring out a safety car or a VSC. A couple of really bad spots to have a crash that might block traffic, which would then necessitate a red flag as well. And with the rain, there's a potential for it to be very wet for the entire race, which would mean we could end up basically stripping an absolute ton of fuel out of the car. Certainly don't want to end up like we were in Baku, where we were like 10 laps of fuel with 4 laps to go. That was a little over the top.
Let's hope the teams took full advantage of practice. It's time for qualifying.
Executing the perfect qualifying lap around Singapore comes down to absolute precision. The circuit needs high downforce and a good suspension to maximize grip on the bumpy street surface.
Now, there's been a bit of talk lately about Oscar Piastri. Karun, how's he been doing?
I'd say they'll be feeling all right. If you were to compare them with their teammate, they're coming out on top and they're showing their worth.
You're going to want to join us for this, folks, so fasten your seatbelts.
Let's start by putting in some better parts in the car, so we'll go with that. ERS. We'll go with the 80% engine, that's more than good enough. We'll go with the 89 gearbox. Still got 2 more spare gearboxes as well. We've been really good on car wear this season. Okay, and let's send them out.
We want to generate some temperature for this outlet.
Copy.
We'll take a helicopter tour of Singapore. And now along the new section where we would have previously turned off.
Oscar, you've got a clear track ahead. So Oscar, happy to open a lap.
And let's pay attention to the splits, given that they are running different
Circuit is all clear.
car configurations tonight.
Good to go.
In the dry, Antonelli should theoretically be a fair bit quicker. In the wet, well, the wet is usually the great equaliser. .26.5 to start the lap off there for Oscar. Kimi coming up to that middle split now. And he goes fractionally quicker, just 7 thousandths of a second. This layout is better. It is, yeah. I'm so glad that they got rid of the Singapore sling chicane as well, because, oh my God, that thing was hideous. That was so bad. A 36.5 in the middle sector for Oscar. And Kimi go better again. Yes, he can. A 36.4, so he's found a 10th. A little over a 10th. Around the final sector. And it's a 24.007 across the line for a 127.1.
Normal fuel saving on the in lap.
Here comes Kimi.
Yep, perfect.
And a 23.9 for a 126.9.
Yeah, we will box.
So, just over 2 tenths quicker overall. That's not bad. Not bad at all. And that should hopefully be enough to get us through. Yeah, if anyone is unsure what I mean by the Singapore sling chicane, just look for footage of like the opening couple of years of this circuit on YouTube, and you'll see what I mean. It was at the halfway point, and it was this horrible little left, right, left chicane, and they just smoothed it out, turned it into a straight left-hander. Right, so Joe is out. One of the Ferraris is out. That's Petit. Sargent is out. It's Mori on a flying lap. But this is where the chicane used to be, at the end of this straight. Used to have this horrible little left, right, left chicane just there. Yeah, so Mori's out because he's on an in lap. Lawson coming up to the line. Does not improve. He is out. Max in trouble. Max is out. Max into the pits. He is out. Oh, yeah, there were quite a few cars that went flying over. I think Hamilton got caught out by it as well. So, Max Verstappen out in 22nd place. What a disastrous qualifying for him. He may get a little bump up the order, depending on how big that penalty is for Mori. But starting from the back, it'll be a long, long afternoon for him. Or long evening. Into second qualifying, we improved Oscar's setup to 97%. And that's where it stays. Very close. Happy with that. So again, we'll send out Oscar first.
Okay, Oscar. So the track.
Ocon's going to go out right behind him. Let's send out Kimi now as well. And there is where George crashed. Oh no, wait. Yeah, the Singapore sling entrance is where George crashed. Was it last? No, not the season just gone. The season before last, when they were hunting down Sainz. Well, that was it.
Good gap in front.
Let's go.
Yeah, it was this corner here. He just clipped the wall on the right-hand side on the entry to the corner. Just there. And then broke his car. Someone actually went on Google Street Maps and put a pin in there and labelled it as George's favourite wall. Antonelli is starting his flying lap. Oscar's about halfway round. He is quicker than Ocon at the moment, or at least through the first sector. And stays faster than him as well. So Oscar should be going top over Ocon here. Antonelli hitting first splits. Goes purple. Whole raft of traffic starting their flying laps now as well. 1:27.004 for Oscar. A pretty good lap. 8.5 tenths against Ocon there. I don't know. I don't know if someone did that for Leclerc at Paul Ricard or not. I don't remember seeing a story about it. Antonelli purple in the middle as well. So once again, looks like it's going to be a couple of tenths quicker. Oh no, he's slower. He had a really bad final sector.
Yeah, we're happy with that.
Really bad final sector. Lost about 4 tenths. Ocon running that brand new, completely new powertrain, new gearbox, new engine, new ERS this weekend is still a long way off. See if he improves on his second run. Leclerc goes top. Oh, I didn't even see you put Paul Richard. Sainz up to 4th. Once again, we're good enough we can sit in the garage. Here comes Ocon. In danger, only just still in the top 10 at the moment. That might be about to get bumped as both of the RBs are about to come through. But one's in the pits. So Stroll's into the pit lane. Tsunoda's on a flying lap though, so he could bump. Oh, someone has. Who was that who's just crossed the line? Is it Iwasa? No, it might have been Albon or one of the McLarens. But yeah, Ocon in trouble. Has improved in the first. Perez is out, Ricciardo's out, Van Dorn is out, Stroll is out. Ocon, Tsunoda both on flying laps. Ocon will cross the line first. going to need to find a couple of tenths here to knock Iwasa out. And he goes up to P3. That's a bit more what I was expecting to see. Here comes Yuki Tsunoda. And Tsunoda goes P5. So Norris is eliminated, along with Iwasa, Stroll, Van Dorn, Ricciardo, and Sergio Perez. We will do a prep lap on the older tyres. Which should be decent, but not earth-shatteringly fast.
Currently P1.
127.1 for Antonelli. Side by side through the final corners there. That's not great. And it's half a second slower.
P2. Last lap pace was good.
So we have a marker laid down to work against. We're going to go early and hopefully avoid the traffic. And then after this session is complete, I will be taking a short comfort break. So, whole track to ourselves. Oscar Piastri crosses the line to start his flying lap. And someone is coming out ahead of Antonelli. That is Carlos Sainz. Hopefully that won't be problematic for him. Let's ride with Antonelli, so we can keep an eye on how and where he gets past Sainz.
Good.
Doesn't look like anyone else is going to pop out in front of us.
Good.
They will easily clear Tsunoda and Gasly and Valtteri. Neither driver has hit a purple sector yet. This is a little concerning. Coming up to the back of Sainz here. Looks like we will get away without being held up here. So Leclerc has crossed the line. Well, sorry, Piastri has crossed the line. Still behind Charles Leclerc. Did go purple in the final sector. Still no purple sector for Kimi. Did I change my tyres? Yes, I did. I'm starting to worry about the tyres for now. Antonelli up to the line. And it's a terrible final sector again, and he does not improve. Ooh, wow. So, Leclerc has got pole position at the moment. Ocon, I think, the only driver is going to be capable of taking it away from him. I don't think he's going to get caught by traffic anywhere either.
First pit lane.
So,
Main speed limiter on.
And stop in front of our
a
garage.
little bit of inconsistency in the final sector for Kimi. Best he can do now is start from 4th. Oh, now 5th, because Sainz has crossed the line and moved to P3. Oscar still hanging on to the front row for now.
Stop any marks and switch off.
Could well get displaced here by Esteban Ocon, who is also on new tyres. No improvement in the middle. And Leclerc goes purple in the first, so Leclerc looking to really attack the track. He's going to have to contend with Sainz. Looks like he's going to catch him in a similar place that we did with Antonelli. Last couple of corners now for Esteban Ocon. Will he improve? No, is the answer. So, we have got second place with Oscar. It looks like it will be 5th place for Antonelli. Porsche across the line, he stays P9. Is Leclerc going to go even quicker? Yes, he is. He finds another couple of tenths. Ooh, Leclerc is looking ominously quick today. And that is your qualifying order. Leclerc from Piastri, then Sainz, Ocon, Antonelli, Bottas, Gasly, Tsunoda, Porsche, and Alex Albon. I will be back in about 5-ish minutes.
Welcome back, everyone. The final preparations are now being made as we head into the race.
The walls around Singapore force the cars close together, and even the best can waver in the tight spaces. Back in 2011, we saw Lewis Hamilton clip Felipe Massa as the two battled it out. There were certainly some words exchanged after that one, as I'm sure you recall.
The bumpy street surfaces here make this a challenging circuit for the drivers, and the humidity causes them to lose as much as 3 kilos over the course of a race. But it's also tough on the cars, with 23 corners to tackle each and every lap. Good low-speed downforce will make all the difference here. Well, there's nothing quite like it. Welcome along to race day.
All right, we are back. Sorry for the delay, but as much as I enjoy streaming for you guys, I am not prepared to soil myself on microphone. So, yeah, comfort break was needed. Comfort break was taken. Evening, Daniel. Good to see you. Right, let's have a look at the weather. We know it's going to have heavy rain at some point, but it looks as though we're starting on slicks. And we're going to finish on slicks as well, maybe. Oh, yeah, look at that. Big rain coming. I wonder. That looks like it might be borderline into territory after lap 30. Both drivers looking to run very, very similar setup preferences in terms of strategy. I'm inclined to leave as is and just wing it. We have plenty of tyres, I think. We've got 2 new sets of softs, 2 new sets of mediums. Might go medium at the start, just to give myself a little bit more leeway so I don't have to worry about protecting the tyres quite so much. Yeah, it's quicker. There we go. We'll go with something like that as our starting setup. I'm going to take 5 laps of fuel out. That might be a bit too much, but we'll see. Yeah, let's take 4 out. I don't feel quite brave enough to do 5, I don't think. There we go. And we will send them to the grid for the start of the Singapore Grand Prix.
The anticipation is really building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing with excitement. You and I won't be the only ones keeping an eye on Oscar Piastri, Karun.
It's a P2 start for them, an excellent opportunity, and no doubt they'll be looking to grab it with both hands.
And it looks like we're good to go. And this is it.
Let's see what everyone else is doing on tyres. Looks like mediums for most of the grid at the front. I can see a soft, I think, on the RB. Oh, wow. Actually, almost the entire grid starting on softs. Ocon, Leclerc and Gasly, the only other drivers on the mediums.
Okay, use deploy.
Do not want Leclerc to scamper away from me. He's going to do that anyway by the look of it. Let's give Oscar some more tyre as well.
Need to push. DRS is enabled.
All right, 1.6 seconds the gap across the line.
Car ahead is clear. 1.5. Car behind is off call. 1.1. 1.1.
So happy to push now.
And that gap's getting bigger. Science might have just lost the DRS at the back of Ocon there.
I am right.
Yes, he did.
Keep your head
So
down.
here's a chance. And Science was defensive, covered us off.
Now we'll just have some PU cooling.
See if we can get him on the brakes. Nope. We've almost closed back in on Leclerc now.
Copy.
But we've got Ocon all over us. Fastest lap for Ocon. He's looking to make the move into turn one. We hold him off. And we get the DRS. Just, I think.
And recharge on.
Yes, we did. Right, Antonelli.
Use overtake.
Copy.
Trying to get past Sights. Sights on soft tyres, so that's going to be very tricky.
Copy.
We'll settle back down again now.
And overtake is available.
Copy.
Max is up into P19, so he's made some progress already. Try and do a little bit of fuel saving.
More lift and coast for these PU temps.
Bottas has closed right in on the back of Antonelli. Let's get the fuel down to about 5 kilos under for now. See Sainz starting to put some serious pressure on Ocon.
Overtaking is very, very difficult.
Deep breath. We're going to be okay.
Now we just have to settle in for the long haul. Oscar getting close again. Oh, actually gets the move done.
Recharge on.
Didn't actually want him to do that there. He will now forfeit the DRS.
Good job, Oscar. Good job. P1.
there's still opportunities here. Car behind is now Ocon.
Yeah, Leclerc's pace has really dropped off. I wonder if he's trying to refill his battery. Maybe he's got fuel saving to do as well. Let's investigate, shall we? So, Oscar has 93.5 kilos. He has 90.3 kilos. So he's a little underfueled, but not as extreme as we are. He's maybe 3 kilos underweight, or close to 3 kilos underweight. Oscar in peak confidence. Antonelli needs to get an overtake or two and to get his confidence up.
Yeah, he did get DRS. Overtaking.
See if we can try and push the move on Carlos here.
So happy to drop lift and coast.
Copy.
It goes very defensively again. And has enough grip to hold us off in the braking zone. Leclerc moves ahead again. That's fine. And this time we will get the move done. Up the inside, and that is an overtake for Antonelli. And a nice little bump in confidence for him.
Solid work. So that's currently P4. Ocon ahead.
Copy. Copy.
And overtake is available.
Copy.
And Oscar, the pack is good.
Copy.
We must increase the level of lift and coast.
Copy.
Recharge button on.
Copy.
We're pretty close to a full battery now for Oscar, so we could just leave him in top up now. Do want to try and get a little bit more into Kimi.
He has DRS.
But at the same time, I also want to get the move done on Sainz before Sainz closes back up onto Ocon again.
There are opportunities ahead.
We have overtake available.
Copy.
And that should be peak. It is. There we go. Lovely stuff. Can we hold off Sainz? And those soft tyres.
We are happy with these tyres.
Just about. Now we have to focus on trying to go forward again. Catch back up.
Gap 0.8, he has DRS.
Down to about 2 seconds. It's higher than I would like. It's a slow down Oscar to try and
Copy.
make it a little easier for Kimi. We have dropped sights. We're almost out of battery though.
Pack is high.
Copy.
Porsche has developed an issue.
Make sure we get the pack back.
But the car's definitely not happy. Surely some kind of fault.
And that is Valtteri through into 5th place ahead of Carlos. We're almost there. Just a little bit more.
So let's start closing up that gap.
Hopefully I got it. Yes, I did. Yes, as well.
So we'll have coasting towards turn 13.
Good evening, Farah.
Just give us some feedback on the tyres.
You're okay.
Suggest reduce a bit, lift and coast.
Yeah.
So it's a 4-car breakaway now then. Both Brabhams, both Red Bulls. A little bit of a gap opening up. The Bottas and Carlos behind us.
We think there's still opportunities here.
Oh, there we go. There's a red flag.
Red flag.
Albon and Porsche. Farah turns up. Cars immediately go off the track. Yeah. Porsche blocking his teammate there. No wonder we have a red flag. I want to see that collision. But before we do that, we need to see how much time is is held back. We're going to probably start on the wets on the restart. There we go. So Porsche dives up the inside, and Albon just turns him into the barrier.
Sorry, guys.
That's kind of a 50-50 one in my eyes. I mean, it was an optimistic lunge. I suppose if you had to assign blame, it would be Porsche. Didn't have his car alongside. Alex, I suppose, had the right to shut the door like that, but could also have left more space. See if Porsche picks up a penalty for that. We are going to be starting on the full wets. because it's just too wet for the Inters. But we might have to sprint. And then do a stop onto Inters. See what the rest of the grid does.
Not for the first time today, the drivers are lined up, awaiting the lights. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Overtake available.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are going to be going to Inters in about 10 minutes.
Okay, so
Porsche has been given that penalty.
push and hold it over 10.
And this was how we got ahead of Charles Leclerc into turn 1. And then managed to make sure Antonelli got through on Ocon as well. So both drivers up a place.
Push now.
Copy.
We'll try and get a couple of monsoonish kind of shots if we can.
I am trying.
Keep your head down.
There we go. Well, we have a fault for Petit. So 2 cars out and a sick Ferrari. Antonelli just struggling a little bit in these conditions. Not able to stay with Leclerc. Oscar is off and gone. And after these next few laps and the switch to Inters, it'll be Inters for a good 10 laps, 15 laps or so. And then dries, we think, for the rest of the race. So, getting an extended period of dry running now. At the end of the Grand Prix, as opposed to the short stint that we were originally forecast for.
We can have recharge on now.
Copy.
Charge the pack.
Copy.
Copy.
And the fuel is dropping already, as you can see. Down to just 2 kilos now. We've already saved a good few tenths of a kilo already in these very wet conditions here. Still, the water level is climbing, pushing 6 mil very, very soon. And we have another yellow flag.
Yellow's ahead.
Copy.
There's a yellow flag now.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was Petit.
Here we are, we're looking at turn 11.
What did you do? Just clip the barrier with an understeer?
Oh, and the car with
Oh,
a
no.
nasty
Wow.
crash into the barrier.
Yeah. Big spin. So the field in the top half starting to spread itself out a little bit, and then it's very, very tightly packed from Van Dorn all the way through to Lawson. And Maury just clinging onto the back of that train. See if the rest of the grid starts to spread itself out a little bit. And this is where it's going to start to tick down. Let's just take the heat out of those tyres, ready for the push to the box.
Yep.
Gasly up into 5th place now, ahead of Valtteri. Where's Max now? Up to P14. So Max has benefited from a few overtakes in this opening sector of the race, but still a little way off the points. I do wonder if anyone else is going to make the dive into the pits, or if that's just going to be us.
You can start pushing.
Let's give it everything now.
Down to just 1.5 kilos under fueled. Two kilos for Kimi, but that's okay. Water level's just gone up again. It's now 5.98. Now it's starting to come down. Here we go. So the question now is, how much below 4 mil will it drop? And where am I going to feed out? Potentially behind Maury and Lawson. It doesn't matter if I'm able to go quicker if I can't get through that traffic.
We want good pace.
Petit's fault
But
escalates.
it looks like they're carrying some kind of fault.
That is gearbox. And that's not going to get better. May break on this circuit. It is a very bumpy track, so that will definitely have an impact on how well that holds together. Still really not very clear yet whether or not inters will be the right call this early. Starting to pull away from some of the cars behind us. But it is a very slow pit lane. I think I'm going to take the gamble.
Yeah. We'll box this lap. Box this lap. Yeah, have it box.
Oh, very nice start. 1.9. Stroll's coming in as well. We're not the only ones taking the gamble then, but not many others have. Yeah, Stroll's the only other one. Will we get out in front of Lawson? Just going to be even tighter on exit for Antonelli.
Gap is 1.7. So Oscar, we can look after this tyre.
Copy.
It's a little bit more definitive right now, so we might see a bit more movement at the end of this lap.
Use overtake.
Copy.
Pit lane.
Slippy in the pit lane.
No, Leclerc and Ocon have stayed out. Oscar is through,
Charge on.
going after Checo. 2.1. That's okay, but it won't be blisteringly quick. Max is making the gamble. And we get out just in front of Murray going after Lawson.
Up ahead of 0.9. Gap 1 second. Let's just manage these tyres.
Copy.
Overtake will be available.
Copy.
Happy with temps.
There we go.
Copy.
P15. Show up next.
Use overtake.
Copy.
As we get alongside Perez. Still nobody else is boxed.
Overtaking is very, very difficult.
Still plenty of opportunities.
We got that move done.
So
And
currently
Piastri has finally cleared Checo.
So Perez next car. 2.3 ahead. Got Joe car behind.
Recharge on.
Copy.
So as much tyre calling as you can manage, please.
So we're doing 145s on that last lap, but we were held up
The pack.
for a good chunk of it. Antonelli yet to set a proper lap time. This last lap was his out lap. 145s at the front. We expect us to be going quicker on this lap. Fuel down to just 0.7 over for Oscar now, 1.2 for Kimi. Leclerc goes round again. Gasly's in, so the second Williams coming in now.
Overtake available.
I am trying.
Keep your head down. Just show me what you got.
And Ricciardo coming in as well, so that's another car that'll be out of the way. .144. So 8 tenths quicker than Leclerc, nearly 9 tenths without using any battery last lap.
So that is currently P11. Next car is Piastri. Up ahead 2.2.
We are still struggling to make our way through the field, which is a little surprising. I would have thought we would have had significantly better grip in these conditions on these tyres.
Use the overtake button.
Copy.
And Oscar, call the PU where you can.
Yeah, copy.
Deep breath, you're going to be okay. Pack is low.
Yeah, copy.
There we go.
Overtake available.
And please, under the braking.
Recharge on.
There we go. Still haven't quite got that move done yet. Now we're through.
Finding free air where we can for this PU temp.
There we go.
Nice work.
Water level has crept back up again. It's about 3 mil now,
Gap ahead 1.1.
but it's about to start to drop.
Use the tyre.
Flat out. Overtake is available.
Right, come on, under braking. Get the move done on Iwasa. Oh. That's a bit more like it. 144.1. Against the 145.5. That's the kind of gain that I was hoping to see a little earlier.
Look good.
Through we go with Antonelli as well, so he's now freed up.
Gap ahead 2.2.
So the track is going to go our way as we get closer and closer to the switch over to slicks. To the point that if we're close enough to the cars in front, they will literally just dive out of our way because they'll be on the wrong compounder tyre. It looks as though everyone who did not stop earlier to go onto inters and stayed on the full wets is going to try and go straight to slicks. If they don't, if they gamble onto inters, then they will have a couple of laps of blistering speed against the wets, but they will cede track position to us. So against the next few cars, we are in an incredibly strong position. Against the Red Bulls, not so much. How far behind are we? 19.5 seconds behind Ocon right now. Leclerc is still on 144.9. Valtteri's in. So Valtteri will cede track position to us. Decent stop. Out he goes. He will feed out very close to Max. Comes out behind Max, right behind Max, just ahead of Mori. There's Norris, so we have closed him down. And the track is drying up again. We're about to start that decrease in water level towards slick tyres. The question now is, which tyres do we go with? I think that's going to have to be soft. Yeah, soft is quicker.
Okay to close the gap.
Just stay close to him.
Is anyone else going to make the stop? Was through goes Piastri. Past Lando.
Nice.
Sainz up next.
You are P5 currently. P5.
Car ahead is Sainz now. Let's go get him. Gap to Sainz 1.7.
You can see some people's tyres starting to really overheat a little bit. Sainz has struggled.
Okay, we think that's the end of the rain.
Yuki's aren't much better. The Red Bulls are in really good shape. As you would expect, not having to suffer with dirty air. That is a pretty straightforward move on Carlos there.
Nice, that's good, nice. Currently P4. Okay, ahead of you is Sonoda.
Overtake is available.
Copy.
overtake will be
Can we immediately get the move done on sights here as well?
Okay, good job.
Get alongside in the braking zone. Can we stick the move on the exit? We don't have any battery, but we do have the quicker line, and we are through. Excellent. Pitting in 4 or 5 laps.
So Piastri next car. 2.2.
And we're just going to crucify what's left of these Inters now. Really push them for all they're worth. Piastri back into 3rd place. Now we are starting to make the gains that I wanted to with this gamble. As Antonelli's now lining up Yuki Tsunoda, and this should be the easiest of passes here. Much better traction out of the corner to get alongside, much better traction on the entrance to the corner, and then the exit as well, and through he goes. Lovely stuff. Gap to Ocon is down to just 4 seconds. We are tearing up the gap here between the drivers.
Good job.
144.7 for Charles Leclerc. Ocon crosses the line. There's a 145.9. Bad lap for him. 142.1 for Oscar.
Has completely stopped in pit lane.
Copy.
At this point, we might even be able to retake the lead before we need to make the switch.
Copy.
I wonder if Ocon has been issued hold-up orders to try and delay us as much as possible. Just 2 mil on the track now. And we have a yellow flag. And it's a safety car. And now we have to box.
Full safety car.
Stroll doing Stroll things. Oh, this might be a red flag. It's not blocking all the
While
traffic,
all that was happening, the crew in the garage could do...
but that track could go red. No, everyone's through now. Will Leclerc stop?
There's a car hit.
He will.
He's out of the car. Possible debris.
Ocon has pitted.
Ocon's coming in as well. And it is hard tyres for Charles Leclerc going to the end. It's not a good stop for Oscar. 4 seconds. 2.2 for Antonelli.
Sorry for that.
So Ocon holds position. What tyres did he put on? He put on hards as well. So both Red Bulls looking to go to the end on those tyres.
That is currently P3.
Oh, we lost a place. Or did we? No, Sonoda didn't. Oh, Sonoda did box, so we lost a place to Sonoda in that pit lane delay there. That
it
is
looks like a pit stop issue.
frustrating.
Key thing is to keep the tyre in good shape. Keep the tyre in good shape.
Copy.
We need more management.
Copy.
So that is P5. Sonoda car ahead. Gap ahead 1.3. Signs behind. Gap behind 1.9.
Oscar, you can reduce the LICO slightly.
Yep.
Just be mindful of curves.
Copy.
We are approaching the halfway point of this Grand Prix.
Tyre temperatures are in a good window.
This could be a potentially quite long safety car. If we're waiting for the field to catch up, because Petit is a long way down. Not lapped yet, but big gap to his teammate. And everyone else is on hard tyres, so everyone else probably going to go to the end then, unless they really hammer the tyres. Which they might do. How are we doing on pit stops? Let's have a look at the timings. So we have the quickest stop so far with Oscar's first stop at 1.978. And Antonelli's best stop at 2.1 something, not on the board. Sauber looking good, 5th and 6th right now. No Ferrari on the board. My hope with the soft tyres is that we can get a really good launch and jump the Red Bulls and then try and drive off a little bit. Or at the very least stay ahead comfortably enough that we cook the tyres of the hard runners behind us. He's still a long way back. Rest of the field has now caught the safety car, so I would expect another lap. We are now on a dry track. It will be another pointless race for Théo Pourchaire. What a disappointing season he's had. for whatever reason, that second seat at McLaren has been cursed ever since we lifted Piastri from them. Ricciardo didn't do a great job when he was there. Porsche is struggling this year. I thought he would be a lot more of a threat this year, given his raw talent. But he has not settled in well. We have full batteries at last. Plenty spare fuel. And Petit finally catches the back of the train, so hopefully the car will come in at the end of this lap and we can get back underway again. We're going to have plenty of spare fuel to push on this first stint on the softs as well. And I do feel a little robbed as to seeing whether or not my switch to inters would have actually paid off in the end. We were closing in at a rapid rate of knots. I think we would have jumped Ocon comfortably with both cars. I think we might even have got Piastri ahead of Leclerc. There we go, safety car is ending. It will be in at the end of this lap.
Safety car in this lap. For the restart, we suggest use overtake at part throttle.
Keep chipping away.
Let's push and get past him.
Overtake available.
Copy.
We are ready.
We'll have overtake available.
Copy.
Can't overtake till we cross the start-finish line.
Copy.
So the safety car lights have gone out.
We go around the outside of Sonoda. Antonelli is through. Piastri is having a look at Ocon. He's going to try and get him in the braking zone. No, has to back out.
Keep your head down.
And the opportunity for an instant jump has gone.
Recharge on. Good.
Copy.
So we will calm those tyre temps back down again. We'll wait for Leclerc to drop Ocon, which is inevitably going to happen. And then we'll have another crack at him.
Tyres in a good window.
Use overtake.
Copy. So let's start closing up that gap.
And this time we'll have DRS to help us.
DRS has been enabled.
132.6, the new fastest lap. We should beat that this lap.
Cool the car.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. We had that move.
Copy.
Alright, let's not fight Antonelli.
Copy.
Okay, Oscar, recharge on.
Yeah.
was going to suggest reduce a bit, lift and coast.
Ocon's got himself back in the DRS. That's frustrating.
Okay, use deploy.
Copy.
He is going for it on Charles Leclerc. Look,
Just cool the car.
can we get him in the braking zone? He's got the slipstream. Couldn't get the move done. And there's Oscar.
Ocon ahead. Ahead 0.2.
And this is not working out anywhere near the way I wanted it to. We are struggling to find our way through here.
We don't want to lose too much time.
I am trying.
Yeah, if you can just cool the tyres as much as you can.
Copy.
Copy.
Recharge on.
Yeah.
The Red Bull's still just too strong for us, despite the improvements to the car that Antonelli is wielding today.
There's still opportunities here.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Overtake available.
Yeah, the softs have melted a bit, unfortunately. The hards are not exactly going without their own form of punishment right now as well. They are being pushed very hard.
Management looks okay.
Yeah, okay.
Evening, Tony. Yes, I am feeling better, thank you. New fastest lap for Valtteri Bottas. 132.1.
There are opportunities ahead.
Starting to see signs of some overheating.
Got some surprising news for me. Okay. You didn't get sacked. Is that no you didn't get sacked, or no you did get sacked?
DRS.
Car behind his sights now.
0.9. Plenty to play for.
Season 4's coming. Yeah, but for which team? You still haven't said if you've been sacked or not.
Tyre feedback when you can.
Tyre feels okay.
Has DRS. We think there's still opportunities here.
Let's see what pace you can do.
I have my worries now that we are going to really struggle here. We couldn't get past the Red Bulls at the start. And now we are just going to be playing keep up, I think, with our tyres. maybe we can punch through. You got Verstappen and Piastri.
Yep.
3 upgrades on the car before the season starts, and research seems to have worked. Well, fingers crossed you'll have a good year.
Overtake is available.
Use overtake.
No harm done.
Let's attack.
Oscar, cool the car where you can. Pick clear air if you can.
Yes, managed to pull a stunt on Ocon there to get him to give me
Car ahead is
the DRS. No, sorry, the slipstream of Charles Leclerc, and that's allowed me to get through.
Deep breath, you're going to be okay.
Okay, keep looking after the tyre.
Yeah.
So happy to drop a little bit of management.
And Antonelli's through. Lovely.
Overtake available.
Yes, let's go.
Good job. Next go, Piastri.
Recharge on is good.
Just keep on top of that management.
Copy.
You got Civ 7 at launch then, did you? I saw Fire Axis were actually streaming it on Twitch earlier, but I didn't have time to watch.
Ocon is behind.
Let's go flat out. So car behind now is Ocon. Point 2.
Well, I'll be getting a new game for the PC in a day or two. It's Tuesday, so 2 days. F1 Manager 24 will be free on PC on the Epic Store on the 13th. For a week.
Recharge on.
So I will be adding that to my library.
Pace now.
I can start to play around with database editor and stuff like that.
Car behind is sight. 0.9, 0.9. So Oscar, we can look after this time.
That Sainz has got through on Ocon and immediately developed a fault.
Recharge on.
Well, yeah, right. It certainly looks like they've developed a fault.
Right, let's see if we can start to close up the gap for Leclerc.
Happy to use the tyre more now.
Okay, maximum pace.
Recharge on. Perfect. Need to push.
Yeah, Piastri just has had the measure of Antonelli on this circuit, despite Antonelli having the quicker car. He's looked more comfortable, especially in that final sector.
You don't need to take any risks.
There's still opportunities here.
There we go, we are in DRS range. I don't want to use the batteries now because we are so close to our pit stop. We're going to need those to punch through the traffic. I still think the hard tyres are going to go to the end, looking at their tyre wet.
There are opportunities ahead.
Oscar, any feedback on these tyres?
Struggling a bit.
Now Antonelli looks to have the bit between his teeth.
Behind Piastri. Get behind at 1.2. Keep your head down. It's not going to be long now, mate. Awesome job, mate. So that's currently P1. Flat out. Push and hold it, overtake.
It's just a lot of advantage.
So I've got Piastri's car behind.
Max is up to P5. What a great recovery so far from Verstappen. Qualifying 22nd has benefited immensely from the stop-start nature of this Grand Prix so far.
Yeah, he did get DRS.
Okay, let's see if we can get past.
And I just cannot shake Leclerc look.
Charge the pack.
Right, let's see. Again, we're going to be dropping out at the back of the train.
He has DRS.
Yeah, copy that. Can you block me?
Yeah.
Ooh. Max almost got us. Ocon did.
Verstappen now the car behind.
So we're really happy with what you're doing on tyre management.
Yeah, copy.
Gap 0.8, he has DRS.
Copy that.
Starting to see signs of some overheating.
Copy.
So box.
Copy.
Plenty to play for. The car behind you now is Verstappen.
Copy.
Look at this. Just Antonelli is just trying his best. But Leclerc is stubbornly just hanging on. And now Max might jump us here as well. And does.
Still opportunities here.
When we need to go another lap with Oscar.
Oh yeah, that would have been a crash if I didn't avoid him there.
Yeah, we saw that.
Overtaking is
And
very
finally, Leclerc retakes the place.
You can start pushing.
And into the pits comes Kimi Antonelli. Right, we are going to feed out. I think ahead of Lawson, maybe. But it's going to be really tight. Nice stop, 2.0.
Yeah, we should be clear on exit.
You'll see a whole flurry of cars overtaking us now. There they go. There's Lawson and the Ferrari.
Currently P16. Joe, car ahead. So gap 5 seconds.
Max now up into second place.
0.4. Deep breath. We're going to be okay.
Box now, box now.
Oh, Petit's boxed.
Copy, box. Box for pit lane.
So Oscar's probably going to come out behind Lawson and Murray. 2.0.
And you'll be racing cars at pit exit.
So both drivers now in the top 10. Ferrari pumped in the quickest time now, and the 5th quickest time as well. Their mechanics have done a good job there. Look at Haas. 1.948. Good stop for them. So P18 for Piastri. A lot of work to do now to try and get back up the order.
Gap behind 3.
But we should now have a much more significant grip advantage than we did with the inters to wets attacking.
We're good on tyre temps here.
Copy.
15 laps to go.
Overtake available.
Let's try and push on.
There's a new fastest lap for Kimi.
You are the fastest man.
131.9. We can go quicker than that by a long shot. Murray into the pits now as well.
Call the PU where you can, please. Just focus now on the management.
Copy.
Now we just have some PU calling. So next car is Gasly. Gap ahead, 0.9.
Oscar is flying. Max is leading. So Max has had the power to punch through where we couldn't.
You got fastest lap.
129.6, there we go. That is more akin to what I was hoping to see.
Copy.
Solid work. Currently we are P11. Gap 0.3.
And through on Stoffel. Next up, Iwasa. We have the DRS as well.
This is good. Currently
that was a very straightforward overtake. And now it's an 11.5-second gap.
Nice job. They just got Sergeant ahead.
Recharge on. Use overtake.
There are opportunities ahead.
Another 2.5 seconds taken out of the lead.
PU calling Oscar.
This is P13, Oscar.
Car behind is Perez now.
0.8. Focus on recharge. Tyre temperature's still okay at the moment. We're happy at this tyre temperature. We'll keep an eye on it. Use overtake.
There we go, that's Stoffel dealt with. Straight onto Gasly.
Car ahead is Gasly. There's still opportunities here.
Use the overtake button.
We want good pace. Maximum PU calling.
Can we box him in? Yes, we can. Couldn't quite get Valtteri. Now we will.
Recharge on.
No, it's not Valtteri, it's Iwasa. Valtteri's up in P4. But we do finally get him through that 11-second gap to Sargent, and Sainz is now just 3.5 seconds. Kimi is absolutely tearing up the track. A 1:31.8 last lap. Out of spare fuel now.
And if we could just do a little bit more lift and coast.
11 laps to go. 15.5 seconds to Verstappen, and he's closing at about 2 seconds a lap. It's doable. It'll be harder for Antonelli, but he's clear of traffic now.
It's just increased LICO.
And happy to pick up the pushing level. Currently still on the lap. Charge the pack. So car ahead is Sergeant. Gap ahead 0.7. Keep your head down. Let's get on top of this management.
Copy.
Right, that's good. Into this tyre management.
Copy.
So we need to introduce more lift and coast.
There we go, 10 laps to go. We are in the points, but just being in the points is not enough. We got second and third in Baku, and the board was only happy. So this would be disappointed, I think.
Overtake available. Finding free air where we can for this PU temp.
I thought he was going to try and go past the pair of them for a second then.
Sergeant ahead. Yeah, point 2.
No, I think 9th and 10th would be disappointed. I don't think they'll even be satisfied with 9th and 10th.
So let's just keep these tyres in good condition.
Given how we have steamrolled over everybody in the Constructors' Championship.
Overtake is available.
Copy.
Introduce more management.
Lost a couple of laps here. We are now through.
Nice job. Next car is Sonoda. Gap 4.5. Overtake is available.
Go away, Carlos. You're not coming through. Piastri starting to close in as well now. He's just 2 seconds behind these this little train.
Sainz has DRS.
And there we go. We've broken Sainz now. There you see Piastri in the background. Going to be a very tight finish again. Might just struggle to get Piastri up there. Antonelli has a chance. 134.0 for Leclerc. 132.4 for Antonelli. 1.6 seconds gained. 131.9 for Oscar, but he's about to hit that traffic now.
And recharge should be on.
Copy.
See if I can punch through just
Keep chipping away.
under braking like this.
And Oscar, call the PU where you can.
Yep.
Copy.
There we go. That was much easier.
Keep the tyre in good shape. Keep the tyre in good shape.
Copy.
More lift and coast.
Let's not hang about this time.
Use overtake.
Cool the car.
Focus on
There we go. Comfortably through.
Lovely stuff.
Well done, Oscar, really good.
11.5 seconds.
And next next car now is Sonoda.
Ah, it's a red flag. God damn it. Maury. I don't have another set of softs I can put on, I don't think.
We're watching the Ferrari. And ends up in the wall. And that won't do the car any
No.
good at all.
Once again, my gamble on tyre strategy is rendered completely moot. This time by a red flag instead of a safety car. Ooh, now 90% softs or 100% mediums. I'm going to have 5 laps to go, maybe 6. I have to go with those softs, I think. They said I haven't got to worry about fuel.
The restart is moments away.
But we're now out of position, and the cars in front that we had a massive tyre advantage on, it completely erased.
Lights out, and away we go.
Suggest reduce a bit of lift and coast.
Yeah. Completely ran me into the grass. We saw that.
We think you can manage more.
So any chance I had of winning this race is gone. So I'm just not going to have the grip I need now. With the extra grip, Max might be favourite here. Max might get his win, finally.
4 laps to go.
Copy.
Go take to push. So happy to push now.
Okay to close the gap.
We have a yellow flag. That's a crash in front of us, I think. Norris has got damage.
Possible debris.
A little collision with Ocon there. He might get a penalty.
I think there's still opportunities here.
He will potentially struggle to stay with Ocon as well now. No penalties. Racing incident. There goes our fastest lap.
3 to go.
Yeah.
Overtaking is very, very difficult.
Plenty to play for. Oscar, cool the car where you can.
Yep. Copy.
We get the move. Antonelli tries to sneak on through as well. Just can't quite. Tsunoda defending viciously there.
Nice work, Oscar.
Had to be creative trying to get the move done on Yuki. And Antonelli couldn't quite pull off the sneaky follow through.
Got Sergeant behind. Gap 0.4.
Tsunoda again blocking us.
Just cool the car.
Copy.
Yep. Recharge on.
Yes, let's go.
Let's keep this up. Third Piastri next car.
We're not even going to make the podium.
Gap 1.3.
Oh, this race has just not gone our way.
2 laps to go. Ahead of you is Lando. 0.4.
Okay, we don't want to lose too much time.
Overtake available.
And overtake is available.
Copy.
And a reminder for the recharge button.
Nice job.
Oh, this has been painful.
Ahead 1.2.
We had the strategy both times,
Starting to
both in the wet and the dry, and both times we've been denied with a cruel twist of fate. Antonelli's probably not going to be able to keep Sargent behind him at this rate.
This is the last lap. This is the last lap. Okay, use deploy.
Just cannot get through.
Still plenty of opportunities.
Can Verstappen hold on for his first win in almost 3 years?
Deep breath. Will you be okay?
This is the real danger zone here.
Recharge on.
Last chance now for Charles Leclerc. He hasn't got the run. Looks like Max is going to do it. We're out of battery. Can Antonelli hold off Logan Sargent? I don't know. Max Verstappen wins for the first time in almost 3 years. Maybe over 3 years. We'll have to do a check.
Okay, that's the checkered flag.
And there it is, the Dutchman, Max Verstappen, has taken first.
A result like that absolutely speaks to all the hard work they've put into their career. Just phenomenal.
Don't turn the car fully off.
It is 6th place for Oscar Piastri, 7th place for Kimi Antonelli. Any lingering hopes he had of getting back in the title fight have been squashed down even further. Gap will go up by an extra point. I think it's 92 points now, the gap. But it's a win for Max Verstappen.
Now, wasn't it an excellent showing from Oscar Piastri?
An outstanding performance today to have made the top 10. Not many would have expected this from the team, to be honest.
Let's see if we can
That makes
scrape
it
a
all
satisfied
worth it,
out of
doesn't
that.
it? Seeing your team ready to share the celebrations. And no doubt, Verstappen fans will be celebrating the Dutchman's achievement.
Their first win of the season, and the team looking on will be very proud, I'm sure.
And you've got to think that Singapore will be buzzing now for many hours to come.
And that is Williams' first win since Pastor Maldonado.
Well, Kareem, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
No doubt they'll be pleased. Both drivers really delivered. And what's more, there were lots of positives to be taken away from the race.
And a big thanks to you all for joining us this weekend here in Singapore.
Coming up next, we'll be crossing the pond all the way to Texas for the twists and turns of the United States Grand Prix.
So, confirmation of the final result. Max comes from the back of the grid to win. What a spectacular race for him. Charles Leclerc settles for second place, but takes the fastest lap as well. 19 points gained today, and big points gained over Antonelli. Those two are going to be scrapping over to second place again. Ocon takes third place, his best result in a while. Valtteri Bottas takes another excellent fourth place. Fifth place for Lando Norris, getting some more points again. Sixth place for Oscar, seventh for Antonelli. Logan Sargent up 11 places. He benefited from today as well quite nicely, up into 4 points there. Gasly gets another couple of points for Williams. What a great day for them, 27 points. And it is 10th place and the final point for Yuki Tsunoda. Then it's Carlos Sainz down 8 places to finish in 11th ahead of Iwasa. Ricciardo in 13th. Van Dorn in 14th. Perez 15th. Zhou takes 16th. 17th for Lawson. 18th for Sylvain Petit. 19th and out. Masao Mori ahead of Lance Stroll. Teo Pourchaire. Alex Albon also retiring as well. So in the driver's standings, Oscar's gap is now 2 points, isn't it? Not because Oscar got the fastest lap. 93 points is the gap. Charles Leclerc has closed the gap to Kimi Antonelli to just 20 points. And Max Verstappen's win has kept him just about in touch with Leclerc, closing in by 6. He is 21 points behind. Lando up to 158 now. Ocon still closing in, though, 15 points further back on 143. Gasly on 130. Still, nobody seems to want to take 8th place away from George Russell. No points for Sainz, no points for Pourchaire. Valtteri Bottas is now up another 4 places into 11th on 41. He's just 3 points away from Carlos Sainz now. Then it's Logan Sargent in 12th. Zhou dropping down 2 places into 13th. 14th for Tsunoda, tying up with Zhou there. 15th for Albon. 16th for Stroll. 17th for Ricciardo. 18th for Iwasa. 19th for Stoffel. 20th is Lawson. Still no points for him or Haas. Masao Mori in 21st for Ferrari. Then it's Perez and Petit bringing up the rear. In the Constructors' standings, 14 points for us. Red Bull outscored us by 20, but we're already Constructors' champions. This is all about the battle for second between Red Bull and Williams, and it is 7 points gained for Red Bull today. So the gap is now 34 points with 6 rounds to go. McLaren in 4th have 201 points, and it's Alpine with 77. Mercedes with 58. RB closing down another point on them. So 7 points to gap now. And Sauber up 1 place and 12 points to the better on 48. Now just 3 points behind RB as they have jumped ahead of Aston Martin, who stay on 39 points. Then it is Haas in 10th, 0 points, and 0 points still for Ferrari, our next team. Ugh. Right. In the pit stop challenge, Ferrari get maximum points today in 25 for his first place there. They also pick up some bonus points for Marcel Mori, so 35 points for Ferrari. Good days for them today. Haas getting a big chunk of points as well. We pick 3rd and 6th for another 23 points, and it's Red Bull in 4th. Williams gets some points with Max. Alpine gets 4 points thanks to Zhou, and Sauber pick up another 3 points. Both cars getting into the top 10 and closing in on the team in front of them, I think. So standings look like this. 441 points. We have yet to win this championship, but we are getting closer and closer. 23 points gained over McLaren today. That gap is now looking very, very nice indeed. And it is 162 points with 6 rounds to go. Ferrari jumped back up into 3rd place ahead of Red Bull and Mercedes on 211. Red Bull on 208, Mercedes on 192. Haas gets some good points as well, up to 135. Alpine on 116. Aston, no points for them, they stay on 84. Williams closing the gap to just 7 points, they're on 77 in 9th. RB have 62 points. Sauber with those extra 3 points now 50 points behind, but well into the double digits at last. There you see our stops. 1.978, a good stop. Looked like it might be quickest for a while, but alas, was not to be. Horrible second stop there. That sticky wheel nut didn't just hurt Oscar, but it also hurt Antonelli doubly because he had to wait behind Piastri for his stop to finish, and then he had to wait for Oscar to be released as Oscar was held with other cars going through the pit lane. So a double hold-up for Antonelli there on his second stop. And then 2 very quick stops at the end, a 2.04 and a 2.05. Both drivers do get their targets, which is nice. So we have achieved our sponsor goals, even if we did not get good points today. And that's been our worst result. Possibly for the entire season, I think. Marcus Dudley's rating goes up by a point. We have 3 weeks now till Austin, so we can get the cars prepped and ready for the sprint race. Let's check. Once again, cars did not make it through. 2 front wing failures and a rear wing failure to deal with. Put the spares on. And underfloor and side pods at medium risk on Kimi's car. Chassis, underfloor and suspension for Oscar's car. So the rear wing is 19 days away. We will get that on the car in time. Oh no, wait, that's research. The rear wing project is ready to go. We're just waiting for this project here to open up so we can start building some front wings. We also need to start building some underfloors. Let's get back to the inbox. There are no other emails. Let's see how the board felt about that result. I'm expecting maybe satisfied, maybe even disappointed. Let's have a look. They were disappointed. I had a feeling they might be. I thought we might just sneak a satisfied with 7th and 8th, but yeah, that was tough. So, yeah, our worst result in a very long time. And as I say, quite possibly our worst result of the season. I want to have a look, actually, at how we did. If we did do any worse. I don't think we did. 1st and 6th at Miami, 2nd and 6th. Yeah, that is our worst. Oh, no, well, there was Monza where we won the race, but there was no finish for Antonelli, obviously, crashing out with a broken underfloor. But we still won the race. That's 26 points. And then today, we only got 14 points. So, yeah, worst result of the season is 6th and 7th. It's quite quite telling, really, that 6th and 7th, both cars finishing inside the points and getting a decent haul of points. If I'm, being honest, 14 points is a disappointment. But that's how good our season has been, and what the board have come to expect. So, yeah. Bit of a slap in the face, but it is what it is. Let's advance time to the end of the month. Get some extra cash. Driver development updates. A point in smoothness, overtaking, and reactions for Kimi. And a point in defending for Oscar. Not bad. Okay. Monthly car updates. Car 1 is the weaker of the two cars, so there's no real point looking at that because it's not accurate. Let's take a look at this. McLaren have got a new rear wing, and it's one of the best on the grid, and now they're working on a front wing. So McLaren looking to find some extra pace. Mercedes having a difficult season, 6th in the Constructors, Ricciardo 17th, Sainz 9th. Ricciardo's doing the best they can with what they have. Sainz, meanwhile, has some work to do to perform at the same level. Have you seen the point standings? Other way round, mate. Other way round. All right. Let's do our training. Fatigue level. Nice and low. So we will go with some intense speed training. We do want to win the pit stop competition this year. We're already well on our way to do so, but I'd like to make it comfortable. So we'll start with a very intensive period here of gym training. There we go. Then we'll go into some car building for a day, and then we'll go into some split training. And there we go. That is our training for this month. We have 9 million in the bank. But we need to keep a little bit of cash for parts. So the CFD sim will have to wait a little bit longer. Yeah, we'll just have to wait. There we go. The side pods are done. So we have a couple of spares now, which is good. Let's get that new front wing into production. That's going to give us a nice little low-speed downforce increase there, as you can see. It'll give us a slight boost to our dirty air. It'll improve our high speed marginally as well, and give us a little bump back in acceleration. We want to build 5 of those. Hopefully those will last us to the end of the year. What else do we need? We need to build rear wings. We need a couple of spares. Chassis are still being produced. Suspensions are still being produced. No more upgrades going on the car. Let's get research going for next season again. We can get a front wing done now. Go. That's a 6.2 mil. Get another underfloor project underway. And let's do a suspension as well. No, let's do a chassis. There we go. So we're down to about 4 mil. A lot of parts there. And look at this. The board want better results, so they want to turn up at the next Grand Prix. Yeah, come along. The car will be at its best at that circuit, I think, with that new wing and both cars running the new parts. It's not going to get any better than that. Money from our sponsors. We achieved our target. Just, actually. The little bit of surplus didn't quite go as high as I was planning, but it gave us enough. That's 4.65 mil there, and the wind tunnel high another 4.7, and that now gives us 13.5 mil. That pays for the CFD to be upgraded. Finally, there we go. So just the suspension sim left to upgrade, and that'll come towards the very end of the year, I think. Let's get the sponsor plan done. No mandatory activities for this period here. This is our penultimate one, I think. I think we'll have one more after this. Maybe 2 more. Let's have a look. Let's get Abby doing her thing. Let's send Mansell out to do something as well. And Oscar. And we'll put a little bit of a buffer in with the factory then, because we're not expecting to do too much in the factory anymore. There we go. Sponsor plan is chosen. We have 9 days to go until Austin. Suspension projects are done. Now we can get a couple of spare wings done. Let's fit the suspension there. Underfloors, side pods, rear wings, front wings. Chassis. Both cars now running the new spec in its entirety. We need a couple of spare rear wings. Let's manufacture 2 of those. Yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. I think. Actually, let me check. Underfloors at medium risk. Underfloors at medium risk. Let's start another couple of underfloors as well then. Oh, can't. Not for 6 days. All right, moving forward. Research project on the rear wing is done. We will do another one because that was our first. There we go. Staff still unhappy with the car performance, but everything else is tickety-boo. We're 7 days away, so we should have a weather forecast. It's going to be dry for the sprint and the race. Race will be a little bit cooler as well, which is good, given what it does to tyres. Rear wings are done, so let's go to our factory and get those underfloors going now. And that is where we're going to leave it. We'll do the last 2 days when we come back tomorrow night. Before we go, let me show you the Renault logo that I've done. There we go. So a tutorial video for the Renault logo will be going live tomorrow. I'll be recording that in just a moment and then uploading it ready for tomorrow afternoon. So if you are wanting to do a Renault badge, there you go. That is the current Renault badge. A little bit finicky, fiddly in places. If you get really close, you can see it's not perfect at the joints, but it looks damn good from a distance. And I'd say unless you're really close up, you couldn't really see. So very pleased with how that turned out. As I say, that will be going live later tomorrow. That's a 26 layer logo there. Let's put the camel logo back on. I do wish I could actually just delete some of these that I don't use or don't plan on doing anything with, but unfortunately there is no way to do that, so never mind. I just have to save over the top of ones I don't want anymore if I come up with anything new. So yeah, disappointing result in the end. Twice we had the opportunity to be clever with strategy. Twice it looked like it was going to pay off. Twice we were denied. First time during the wet weather safety car, we lost the big tyre advantage that we had there, although we were quite fortunate that we'd made up a lot of ground before that safety car happened, so we didn't suffer too badly as a result. And then the red flag towards the end, destroying our chances of getting at least a podium, if not a win, by allowing everybody to reset onto a set of soft tyres with 5 laps to go. So, yeah, frustrating. Both times we'd made the right call, and both times, fate dealt us a cruel blow. But how will the car do at COTA? Different characteristic of circuit, good overtaking opportunity. Both cars now running the brand new full end of season spec with Mark III parts on chassis, side pods, suspension and front wing, and I think rear wing as well. I think the only part that's still Mark II is the underfloors. We won't be doing another underfloor. There's no point now at this point, just for 3 races by the time we get it on the car, if it's even 3 races. So that's why we're focusing on research for next year as well. We managed to get yet another facility upgraded as well, ready for the handover to Brabham, from Brabham to Cadillac, sorry. So we'll be leaving this team in a good, solid position, and then we'll just wait and see the horror show that Maranello has become at the end of the year when we do switch to Ferrari. Hopefully we can pinch Antonelli as soon as we get there, because we're going to need a talented driver, I think, to get the best out of the interesting car that we are going to have next year. And it would be nice to have an Italian driver winning in an Italian car, I think. So I'll be back at the usual time tomorrow of 8 p.m. for round 19 and the resumption of sprint season. If you have enjoyed today's race, please do drop a like on the stream. If you're not yet subscribed, why not go ahead and subscribe as well? And be sure to hit the bell for notifications each and every time I go live. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.